Okay. So what I've included here that you may see is basically, and let's do it in this because this is the template that most I think Mark has the same template on the view app. You guys don't have the view. Some of you don't have the view app yet because you still want to do the basic strategy, which is fine. You guys feel comfortable with basic strategy. Anyways, I'm gonna show you something here. Let me just get this other one out. Right here. Okay. So this is basically what we call it's another indicator called M. It's a Mac cross builder. So what it does is when we have a cross between the 21 EMA, which you guys have, and also the 55 EMA, which is the mid band of the Keltner channel. When you have a cross out there, it's going to produce a signal. You can color the bar like it does here. This basically what's going down, it colors it. It basically colors it. I believe it's like gold, I think, because I have this all scrunched up. That's the reason why. So it creates that bar color indicating for you to enter the trade to the short side because when we cross, remember one of the rules is when we enter a short trade, what's one of the rules is when the 21 EMA is below the 55, correct?
Yep.
Right? So this one basically, when it crosses that, it signals not only an arrow but also the bars. And so you can enter there prior to even before this it hits the what you call it the this is the super trend indicator. So once it hits that, it turns red, right? And so you have a lot of confluence there. You not only have you have the cross of the 55 or the 21 crossing the 55 to the downside. You also have the break of that structure, the red one right here. And you also have what? You also have the you know, break of this trend indicator, this green one right here. Okay. We can just get yeah, this definitely right here. This is the chip, so it becomes red, right? So now you have a lot of confluence there going to the downside. Now, for me, when I see this and I'm trying to see, let's say I want to get up to here, again, you can use the thing when it crosses the 21 EMA crosses the 55, which is right here, right there, right here. It produces this green again. Colors this one, it colors the bar blue and also indicates on the arrows there that you can enter long. It also coincides with a flip of that super trend indicator to green now, so you may take it long. You can scalp it. Again, that's works really well. You can see how that works to keep you at least added another confluence. If you guys want that, let me know. It's basically another indicator called I think it's M. Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm interested, Dom. Actually, I was watching the video last time with the
Mhm.
VWAP
Yeah,
and I tried it, but still learning. I tend to get confused a little bit because I'm still familiarizing because I
yeah,
was using the basic Keltner.
yeah,
Um, but this looks pretty more like simple because I was confused with the deviation levels, like the plus
yeah,
one or where
yeah.
is this?
Well,
And
did you
the
read? Yeah, did you read that PDF
PDF.
when the? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay,
And I
yeah,
also watched the video
yeah.
but yeah, so this is a different one. So the green and the maroon like highlighted part, is that part of the indicator or that's a different setup that you have?
The green and the maroon. You mean this? Which one?
It's like the band, the one with a what do you call that? It's like a green and a maroon like filled.
Ah, this one right here.
Yeah,
The colors. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's the VWAP.
Oh, that's the VWAP.
The
Oh,
one here with the dotted the dash line there is that's the VWAP line. The one we call this the VWAP band. So basically, this is all deviation levels. So from here, this is the VWAP. This dotted dash line, which is magenta, and this one right here above it, this is your zero point 0.5 deviation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it point? No, it's 0.25 deviation, and the other one is 0.25. Wait, do I got that right? No, it's plus one. I'm sorry. You know, my other one is my point 0.5. So this one on this one, this is a plus one deviation, and this is your what you call the plus two deviation, and the other one is plus three. So when we have a ranging market, it's going to you be if you read that document, you can fade the range. Meaning, if it's ranging, the market is between the plus one here, right? Wait a minute, the plus one and the minus one. It's going to just range there if they want to range it. And that's what we call when price is in balance. It's balanced because that's when they just range it. For example, let's see. I will give you some example right here. And when you break out the plus, when they go break out over the plus one or the minus one, it's what we call price discovery, meaning a start of a trend, a breakout.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
usually they work those levels off, especially coming here. You know, you're coming from all the way here from the plus two. Most likely when you come back down, when you hit, from here, you can easily enter a trade coming down right here, going, and your target would be the minus one, right? So this is late in the day, but I don't know why my server here always sticks like this. And I think and I have enough RAM, so I don't know what's going on with this. Um, anyways, that's how I trade the levels. Um,
So if it's in the price discovery and it's above the plus one or minus one, that means there's an uptrend because it's higher above the
yeah,
top.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Either uptrend, if it's past the plus one, it's an uptrend. If it's a minus one, it's a downtrend. For example, here, look what did they do here. We can just point this out.
Probably
Yeah,
one of the reasons why it's lagging a little bit. You might need to activate Windows
yeah. I'm trying to
All
figure
right.
that. I'm just trying to figure that out here. Let me see.
when you get you have to go through like a big process, but once you activate, I think it might help with the lag a little bit.
Ah, here.
Yeah,
So it says there activate Windows, right? So when I do that
yeah.
right here, settings.
This is a custom built computer too, right?
No, this is a basically virtual private server.
Virtual part. No, the
Yeah.
computer. Oh, so wait, this is not your person. This is not your PC.
Okay, so this one where I have this Ninja Trader is on a VPS.
Oh, so it's like its own separate thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Interesting. I don't know then.
yeah. So it says here Windows update, and I'm trying to activate that.
Sorry, Dina mo.
So anyways, there, it's going to install those. But anyways, let's go back to here. And so when it goes from here, what I was showing here, I don't have this problem when I'm trading because I think I have because the Zoom takes a lot of memory, I think. So anyways, here. So it comes from here, right? From the plus one, right? It's already broken out, so it's gonna get down here from the plus two down to the plus one, and then you see what it does. It goes from plus one to plus two, comes back down to the plus one again. That's where you're according to the VWAP wave system. This is a bounce off again. The price discovery, continue the price discovery or the breakout. Your entry would be here all the way up to the plus two deviation. And that's your there's two big trades right there, going from the plus one to the plus two. One here went up to the plus two, comes back down to the plus one again. There's your trade again, back up to the plus two again. Now, where would it be where it would be coming back into the VWAP? Well, once we get, once you see that, for example, here, it didn't continue, it just continued to going up. But you'll probably see that when it goes back down, and that's why I had to see some type of confirmation on doing that, and you'll see that here sometimes. Like this is already the opening, the first 1 hour. Let's see here, right there. where are we at? We're usually at the VWAP there, right in the band. So they're basically what they're doing is just ranging it until they decide to do a breakout, which is right here before the hour ends. And once you break out of this +1, it's one of the +2, came back down from the +1, +2, hit the VWAP, right? And then bounced off. This is your high probability trade setup right here. When it bounces off the VWAP, you could have done it here, but your stop would have been down here, but it still went up to the +1. I mean, you would not have been stopped out if your stop is down here by the swing and eventually hit your target would be +1 and it hit there. Once you hit that, comes back down, bounces off the VWAP. That's your one of your high probability setup, and that's what it did. It bounced off the +1. Target went all the way up to at this point. It went off to the 24,026, if you notice that, and it hit the 24,100 level. How all those levels are in confluence. The 24,026 with the VWAP. That was a major confluence. But you could enter, like I said, when you have this cross. Now let's look at this when I added that uh, on your basic chart rather than the VWAP chart. Yeah, this is just lagging. So let's, yeah, there we are. Yeah, this is still installing. Now, if we add that same indicator onto the VWAP chart or the basic chart, where is the basic chart here? Yeah, this is it. Okay, so there's your basic chart. What do we have here? We have the 21, and if you want, you can just do away with the 233 if you want. Let's do the way with the 233 because there'd be too many things. So here, let's say we do the indicators here. Inbox. We call the Mac. Where is that? This one. Let me get some of these emails away. So let's say get rid of the 233. Where's my other EMA showing the? Ah, that's the mid band. Okay. So we'll have the mid band there. 21 EMA. Let me get out of this one. Where's that 21 EMA? That one. Remove. And we can also get rid of the 233. This one, I'm going to have this as a 21 EMA. This would be a line. I consider this more of a dash yellow. Width, that's fine. This one, I would consider this more of a 55. But this time I'm gonna make this more of a transparent since we're using the midband of the Keltner channel. Now what I want to do now is color this into where it would, once it crosses, it's going to produce arrows. Um, let's see, two, and alert is basically draw across. And also I want to see, maybe I want to see this color behind the, where was that? No. Yeah, let's do this. Let me see. This one would be green. Now this is specific for the basic. This is basic for the basic system. If I do this on the view app, it's gonna have too many shades in there. So this is just for this one. Green, and this one's gonna be red. This one crosses when I have gold. Yeah, I'll just have it like that for now. The template here. No. Okay, I thought I had one here. So this one, if it goes up, it's gonna be gold. This one's gonna be more of a green. Cyan. Rice cross. Yep. Okay, so if I apply this, yep. Okay, see this when we cross there, right here, the 21 EMA and also crosses, the 55, it produces a signal. Or just you can just use the arrows. This one, the color of the arrows, you can see right there to go green, you'd enter there, right? And it continues because it's really basically going above the 21 EMA is still above the mid band, right? But once it crosses the 21 EMA, there's your cross, there's your arrow. You're gonna got, entered there going short.
So the arrows are part of the indicator, like it
Yeah.
will appear.
Yep. Yep.
Ah,
It's
okay.
basically showing the cross. But
Yeah.
since this is so this is okay, so I have the Keltner channel, that's why it's kind of off. Now, if I take out the Keltner channel and just have the crosses, which would also work, or you'll see here, let's say this one. Okay. We can have the Keltner channel and I can have this indicator. Okay. Because it's not quite so where's the Keltner channel? So this is the Keltner channel right here. Let's say I get rid of this. Let me see here. This one I remove. Oh no, what I do is this. Midline, I make that transparent. This one I make transparent as well. And this one I'm going to have a 55 EMA. right here. So this becomes more of a blue. Let's say make that more of a teal, cyan. To this one to be green as well. To be consistent. And this should be red. So be consistent. Yeah, that's better. Right there. You see the cross going down. And then you see the cloud is now red. This one, you cross again, and now you see the green. You got to enter it right here, even though it pulled back, because your stop would be somewhere down here or whatever the 40, 20, 45 ticks is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then would not have your stop, and you would have had been able to at least go for your first target and your second target.
Yeah.
When you see this really close like that, I wouldn't trade. Why? Because most likely it's in a tight range, but then once it breaks out, you could have gotten right there and then continue going down, getting your first two targets.
Yeah. I think I want to try this, Tom. This looks cleaner.
Yeah, it shows you where the 21 EMA when it crosses like this.
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
here, you see there's this thing going there. I would not even enter the trade because it's going up and down and up and down. And yeah, the zero line spot. Once you get a clean breakout like that, you got to enter there, pulled back. At the pullback you could enter it as well. Let me see here. The pullback right here. Pull back into the mid band and then bounce off the mid band, just take your trade there. Again, those are the best trades when it pulls back in the mid band and then continues, because now you see the 21 EMA is still above the 50 EMA, which is the mid band. Just as long as that 21 EMA is above the mid band, right?
Yep. And the 233, it's not here anymore,
No,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a lot cleaner for you guys to do that, right? The 233 may just it's more of a major trend, but I'd rather have this. It's a lot cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. I can make that maybe this one a lot thicker. Let me see here. Hold on. The mid band, so at least you can see the mid band. Um, yeah, is this gonna it's off again? There we go. Indicators. Keltner channel. Where is that? Right here. Oh, that's the 50. Okay, it's this one. Because the mid band is really the now this MACD, so I'm gonna make this bigger. Um, this one right here. So the width would be thicker, let's say 3. That's the mid band. Yeah, maybe 4. Yeah, that's a lot thicker. So you know where the mid band is. There. And when
Yep.
you see the cross of 21, that basically is another confirmation that you're going down or going up, depending on where you see it.
Right.
Right?
Yep. Yep. Can you share with us this template, Dom?
Yeah. I don't think you guys need the one below here, right? Because you're just basing
Yeah.
off. Yeah. Let me take that out so I can share this template. Okay, so let me take that out. And also you need, do I have the numbers here? Now, do you guys want the IB, the initial balance? No, yes. Let me see here. Take this out.
For
Or do you want the fair value gaps that shows you the support and resistance levels sometimes?
yeah, for me,
That would.
I prefer the fair value gap more, but I don't know about the others. Maybe the others use the IB. I don't really use the IB so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me get this up. Somebody, Jabez, you said something?
For the support and resistance.
Okay, so let me see here. It's the HH level. Let me see. Can I take out? There's a new one on here. It's called the fair value gap. Let me see if I can find it. Here we are. This one. Gonna be based on a 5 minute use fair value data series. Yeah. This one requires impulse move. Let's say 7. Um, I'll leave it there. Leave that. This one. This is the middle. Just leave that right there. Okay, apply. My server's gonna shut down. Gonna kick me out again. There we go. There we go. Okay, so you see these boxes here. These are more of support and resistance. These are fair value gaps. And in the middle, you see a dotted line in the middle of these things. That's where they usually pull back to test that. So when you see that a red, meaning this is basically a strong momentum going down, it would produce these fair value gaps
Yeah.
where price will probably go back and test it. And these are based on the 5 minute chart. So it's already printed there, but you'll see how it reacts, right? Um, when it gets broken, then it's no longer there. For example, here's an up one right here. It did come down. I mean, it kind of broke it, but you can see, let me see here. Where's a good one here? Right there. You see the one down here, you have what you call support, more of a bullish fair value gap. And I think it tested several times. Well, yeah, it didn't get quite close to test it, but you can see it's not broken yet. When it breaks one of these fair value, it's no longer meaning it's no longer applicable. You won't see it. But the ones that are active are the ones like there. You see, they're gonna test these values or these levels. Okay.
Yeah. If it bounces off the fair value gap, like after a retest and it didn't break through, that means it's possible that the downtrend is
Yeah,
ongoing,
right,
right?
right.
Okay.
So basically, it's gonna test this, and it might bounce off on that. Again, a red one meaning it's a bearish, meaning it's gonna bounce off and continue coming down. Let's see here where we can find a good. I won't be able to find a good example because the ones that's been broken, it's already not showing on here. Now, Like for example, here, this is where we're at right now. So it did produce a fair value gap right here to the downside. Right now we're not even close to testing that, but eventually it might. Again, depending on what price is trying to do. Let me see here. So I can include this in the template. Does it have what else this has here? It seems like price is not even moving. Yeah, price lines are there. So I'm just wondering why it's not moving. Ah, see this? That's why make sure if it's not moving, there's no such thing as a 126. That's why I'm not having you guys update. Okay. So it has to be 12 or 925 because they have the wrong date there. That's why there's no data
Mm,
there.
yeah.
So
Right. I'm still using the 925, so that's
yeah.
so cool.
And the reason I'm doing that because it's usually this is what we call rollover week. It's going to expire on Friday. But the thing is, this is the guideline I choose to follow when I'm trading is really this. I go to the CME website, right? Go look at NASDAQ. What is the volume right now? This is now let's update this. Where's the volume right now? Here's a September, which is the old. This is the newer one. This is the rollover one, December 25, right? Oh, they did increase now. Okay. But they have the wrong date. See, Ninja Trader did the wrong date there because there's no such, they don't have the date. It's 1225 right now on Ninja Trader, right? Right now, the big volume is now, oh, no, it's still September because this is 107. I thought it was 187. It's basically 107. So what has the most volume right now? It's basically September. Maybe tomorrow we will change over and hopefully Ninja Trader catches their mistake. I'm sure they're getting a lot of emails saying that your contracts are off. So that's why right now, for just for today, we'll trade with the September 2025. So right now it's still the September 25 still has more volume than the newer one. That's how that's what I base it on when I flip over or what we call roll over to the next contract. You want to see where the most volume is between the old contract and the new contract. That clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where we're at. This is the price now. Oh, Alex, did we make profit on that trade? Oh, he's not there. I put a trade on his view app and okay. So now you see now it's going down. We crossed. So basically now we're going down, right? And mostly we're gonna try to test this level down here. You'd probably put first your first target hit, and your second target may also be down here to probably test this level. It's always going to come back to that fair value gap once it breaks out right here, because that was the first breakout. So now it's going to test it when it comes back down because it hasn't been tested yet.
Yeah. So is it better to wait for it to for the retest to test it out and see if it's gonna bounce off or if it's gonna break
Either
through?
that or I would have taken a short right here, and the second profit target would be down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you see a bounce off, then you can trade that bounce off coming off the fair value gap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But right
So
now, this would be a good entry. Why? Because it's right at the mid band. That's your best entries at the mid band,
mm, you're right. You're right.
right? Like I said, the best trades are the ones that's closest to the mid band. I would have taken this. My stop would either be either up here, right, or at this you see we're getting higher or lower highs. So if it does continue having lower highs, it won't try to break this because if it does, then basically your it breaks that, there's a possible trend or momentum to the downside. So we're assuming that it's going to continue coming down since the 21 EMA is now below the 55. So I'd be safe to put it there. At least small risk, right? And if it does it, at least your loss is not that big. Or to make sure, maybe it can be up there now, up here. Either way, depends on your risk tolerance, right? If you get stopped out here, it's a small loss, and just wait for the next setup, which would be if you're gonna take a long, you want to see the 21 EMA above the 55, where it's gonna produce a what green color arrow like that, or a green cloud as well. We can make the what's one call it the here between the spaces between the 21 EMA and the mid band darker if you want to see it clearly, which is right here. Right here. You can make this 30.
We use the super trend here, Dom, or it's better not to.
Well, it's up to you guys. You can put the super trend on here,
Yeah, got it.
but there's gonna be so many things that you'll be looking at. But if you want some confluence, you can do if you want, that's what you can do. So this is what 20 by 4. I would put this on if I want to do the super trend. But it depends if you want the candles colored as well. Super trend, where is that? You see here, 20 by 4. Should I hit 11 by 2? Let's try this. Yeah, let's start it. So there. So you have a lot of confluence. You have the 21 EMA where you see the cloud is green. You have the green super indicator, so it's green. You see the bounce off here. We had a push, then we had pulled back into the what? Into the fair value gap, bounced off. So that's what it looks like. So right here, it's already giving you a green a signal right here, well before tripping off the super trend. So you could have entered here once it broke that breaker structure right here, the swing. You could have entered right there, right here, rather than up there.
Yeah, I think the arrows help. So that's the indicator that you mentioned, the Mac cross.
Yeah, Mac Builder. I don't
Mac
know.
builder.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have that.
Yeah, we do not. I don't think we have that
Okay,
yet.
so I can install. I can send it to you guys. And the setting. I think the setting. Okay, let me do the setting here. Then you can just stop the recording and just get it. So the setting for the Mac Builder, if you want this. Well, this is gonna be a template anyway, so it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just upload the indicator for that. You just install your chart and then install the template. So you guys want the super trend there as well?
Um, for me, we can remove it if, for example, we don't want it, right? Like we can
Yeah,
output.
yeah.
Yep.
So what you
Got
do is just take it out from
Yeah,
the
just from
indicator.
the indicators. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I do like the super trend, but
Okay.
uh I think we can just remove it. Like for example, if Jabez doesn't want it.
Yeah. Just remove it. But that 21 EMA cross like that basically adds more confluence.
Right. Right. And what I'm learning, like if once the bars become like this, like empty, like
Hmm.
I think that's kind of like an indication that it is like a valid
Right.
trend.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And Jabez, if you don't want the coloring on the bars, you can always disable it. You know how to
Sure.
do that? Yeah, you know how to do that? It's on
Um,
the super trend here.
yeah, yeah.
Or or if you don't want the super trend, just take it out. But if you want the super trend, but you don't want the colored bars, you can just go right here and it
Mm-hmm.
shows your color bars. You can take that out.
All right. Noted, noted.
Now you have the arrows here. So you basically right here, you see several arrows here. And that's what I meant by confirmation. You have an arrow here. Let me just get this right here. Down here, green arrow, right? Because that's basically flipping the what? It hitting the super trend, right? So that's why it produces that green arrow. But but also you have the green arrow when the 21 EMA crosses. But you can see that was short-lived. It went back down. Here, this is good because now you see this, you have the green. Of course, the green arrows are first going to come from the 21 EMA because it moves faster. And plus, if you want this like that, let me just change the settings on here on the 20 by 4. So there. Made it a little tighter. See that? So now you have both, there's a green arrow there, and also there's a green arrow on the cross of the 21 EMA. It made it a little tighter, the super trend, because you see the red arrow there, right? There's a good conflict that's going on here. Hold on, let me show it. Right here. Right here. You see that? It you have a red arrow, but the thing is, 20, why would you want to take a short there? Because right now the 21 EMA is well above the mid band, so you still go green, even though it's on your super trend, it's showing that. Because I tightened up the stop. Now, if you want me to just loosen up more so it's not that tight, it's up to you. You can let me see here. Indicator. And sometimes I want to look here. What is the settings for the default? So this is the default settings on that.
Mm-hmm. Can we
There
also
it
use
is.
this indicator for 11.2 settings?
Yeah, yeah. But it's gonna be fast for you guys. I don't know if you like the fast movement. You just have to adjust it to your 11.2. Now I may have to adjust, depending on your
Yeah, we can change it to
system.
24, no?
Yeah, see, this is gonna just move too so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna create a lot of noise.
right, right. Actually, what I tried the other day, I tried a 16.4. It's kind of like in the middle of
What?
20.
Which one? Which one?
16
Ah,
and
yeah.
4.
All right.
So it's kind of like in the middle of 24 and 11 too.
Yeah.
And like it's not too fast, not too slow, but I'm still honestly trying to figure out which one I'm more comfortable with.
Right.
But I'm just testing it all out. And what happens if I have three tabs or three charts? My Ninja Trader is lagging.
Yeah.
So
Because that takes a lot of it takes a lot of RAM.
yeah.
That's
So
why just stick to one chart where you can see it, or maybe two. But the thing is, three with charts, and you have different settings on your Ninja Renko, it's gonna use up a lot of RAM.
Mm,
That's why I saw when I was training with 11.2, I said this creates a lot of noise. So that's why
yeah.
I
And
like to,
sometimes it pushes me to make impulse moves
yeah,
because I'm catching it. So
yeah.
you're seeing,
So this, like I said, this 11.2 is really made for with a Ninja with a VWAP. It's not made for just without, just doing this with a Keltner channel. Because it's going to create a lot of noise. So that's why when you have that 11.2, it's really based on the VWAP. Like they stay in your lane system. That's what he does. But with this one, if you're just doing ordinary Keltner channel on the basic chart, 20x4 is fine. There. So is this okay then? I'll just save this as a template.
yeah, looks good. Thank you. I'll try it tonight.
Let's see. Basic KTC, basic Keltner channel, 20x4. Yeah, let's update this.
We will just copy and paste it the same with the other template, right?
No, take away the template and just install this new template.
Ah, okay.
So when you
Mm,
do when on your chart here, you just go like this, right click and go to here, templates, and then load.
Okay. Got it.
got it.
Now you know how to, when I upload this, you know how you move it, right? You move
Yes.
it into the chart templates on your on Ninja Trader
Yes, yes.
folder, right?
Yes, coach.
So that's where you do it. And when you do the templates, you're gonna have two templates on there. Like here, I have several. So you just want to pick the one I just sent you guys, which is the 20x4, which is this one. Okay.
All right, coach.
So let me send that right now before I forget. I'm gonna send you also the this is the one. You just get the more updated one. Documents.
Sorry, Dom. When we once you've sent that to us, we're gonna move it to inside the Ninja Trader folder
Yeah, here.
in the
Uh,
templates folder. Is that what it
yeah,
is?
yep. Under
And
templates and go to under chart.
okay. And go to chart.
Yeah.
Got all right.
So that's why it's an XML file. Now here's the indicator, the MB, because you need this MB to or MACD builder. Where is that? Let me just upload this. Let me get it from this folder here that I have. This one. Where did I get it from here? Newbie, current basic. Not that one. Here we are. And this is the indicator. So you remember how you install that? Go to Tools, Import Ninja Script, and just click on that. This one is moving this one to the folder. Okay. Okay, clear.